BBC News with Sue Montgomery. After hours of heated discussion, European leaders have agreed to take in tens of thousands of migrants who've arrived in the EU, but only on a voluntary basis. No agreement was reached on mandatory quotas at the summit in Brussels. 40,000 people who cross the Mediterranean will be relocated from Greece and Italy over the next 2 years. A further 20,000, displaced by civil wars, will be resettled. The Greek debt crisis was also discussed. Al-Shabaab militants in Somalia have attacked a military base used by African Union peacekeepers. Military sources say a suicide car bomber drove at speed into the main gates of the base in Lego, along the main road connecting the capital Mogadishu and the city of Baidoa. Heavy fighting has been heard. Some local media reports suggest the militants have taken control of the base. Al-Shabaab has intensified attacks since the beginning of the Muslim fasting month of Ramadan. 9 people in northern Nigeria have been sentenced to death for blasphemy. The verdict was handed down by an Islamic court in the state of Kano, which met in secret. Details of the proceedings have not been made public, but the defendants are thought to include at least one woman. Funerals have been held for 2 of the 9 African Americans shot dead by a white gunman in a church in Charleston, South Carolina. Police officers stood guard as mourners remembered Sharonda Singleton, a mother of 3, and Ethel Lance, who was 70. Later today, President Obama will deliver a eulogy at the funeral of the church's pastor, Clemente Pinckney, who was also a South Carolina state senator. Queen Elizabeth will shortly visit the site of the former concentration camp at Bergen-Belsen on the final day of a state visit to Germany. The camp, where the teenage diarist Anne Frank died of typhus during the Second World War, was liberated by British soldiers 70 years ago. BBC News.